Hey guys, Justin here from World Ninja Sport. Very happy to be sharing with you the Coleman Camp Ninja Warrior and Parkour Complete Course. And here it is. Check it out. So your triple warped walls with panels at the beginning of the course, and the entire back half of the course gets unveiled as you walk through. This is packed full of obstacles with lots of different rigs that are separated to allow for upper body, lower body, and full body work as you go along. And we have it separated so that the ninja section goes straight down the middle. We have some lower body obstacles and quad steps on the outside, and an entire parkour section on the opposite side over here. Let me walk through each element. So starting with the Playland course. So that was kind of the template that we were going off of, where we have the triple warped wall and slider going down into the rig. What I thought would be really cool, especially since you seem to have a lot of campers there, is to have a tandem course. And being that we have more room to work with here, having two sets of obstacles so that campers can race against each other could be a really cool thing here. And so instead of having the pegboard on the opposite side, I added another slider. So if you wanted to, you could start the course by having the kids climb up the rock wall, get up to that ring, slide down, nice fun obstacle, and then get right into monkey bars. And again, the course is identical as you go through, so they could try the same obstacles, but the course is so modular that you can change things up and have everything be very different if you'd like. Every one of these bars can move and adjust not only throughout this system that we're looking at here, but through any of the rigs here. You can change some things around as you'd see fit. But as planned in here, as designed, you would do the slider, go down into the monkey bars, and then we have our lache bars at the end. Now you're going to take a little break from upper body if you'd like and go into some balance obstacles. And just like the show this year, this balance obstacle is set up to be split decision. So if you are racing against another competitor, the first person to this platform is going to get to choose which obstacle they'd like to go through first. They can go through the precision bars or they can go through the rocker steps. And then, of course, the second person can also go through, but the first person is going to get dibs on it. I hung these ropes going across, and a few features to point out here. So I eliminated a rig structure in here. You'll notice that there's no rig, and this saves a lot of cost here. All we need to do is hang some chain from one piece of the rig to the other, and you effectively create this rig extension piece where we can have some lower body, and this chain will allow you to hang lots of different obstacles. Here I hung two ropes, two different sizes, a little shorter one and then a longer one, so that if you want, as a more beginner way of getting through, you can use the ropes to do the balance obstacles to help get across. If you'd like, those ropes can detach. We can provide carabiners and make a quick, easy attaching and detaching process. And as another potential opportunity here, you could remove all of the balance obstacles and just have the ropes, so then it could become upper body. One other thing that I really like about this design, you can remove everything from here. Remove the chains, the ropes, the balance obstacles, and then your lache bars here. This whole area can be practiced for dismounts. And this area could also be used, if you wanted to practice parkour with these boxes or any other boxes that you wanted to put in here. In the back section over here, you'll notice, let me hop over there real quick, there are some vault boxes back here. If you wanted to, you could replace the starting landing platform here with vault boxes, and then you could use these mats and obstacles here, and then vault into this nice big matted area. So super versatile, lots of different options. We're just up to the second quad now in the course. Getting on to the third one now. Now we're getting into some more serious upper body stuff. So if you've made it this far in the course, you should be ready to take on some big upper body obstacles. Start with some fun swingy ones. These are the trapeze bars. 3 trapeze bars. We'll then go into 2 pairs of rings to traverse, and then we get into the real grip tests here with the cannonballs, cones, and nunchucks with landing platform at the end. By the way, you'll notice that each segment here has starting platforms and landing platforms. These are intended to be, as designed, 2 feet high, 2 feet wide, and the entire distance of the rigs width-wise, so 12 feet across. And there are a couple of options here. We can make them entirely out of foam so that they're really soft and squishy, and that's the most safe. Or we can also make them out of wood blocks with pads on the top. Again, I would advise probably the foam. The only downside is foam in the outdoors may have a limited lifespan, but we can talk through those options. Either way, we would have those starting and landing platforms for you. And then after your upper body section here, I like to build in another little break where you can, again, save on not having the trussing in this area, but you can create the rope attachment. Nice, fun jungle swing. You can just load back this rope up to the platform, get a nice big swing over to the other side of the platform, and we can get really creative again with this section here and what gets hung from this chain. All of these holds, for instance, in here, these can all also be hung from the chain over here. So you can get really creative there. And now getting back into some upper body. These are some cool upper body obstacles that are pretty iconic and, not only really fun, but things that'll stand out to campers. They'll have noticed seeing these obstacles from the show. This is called the flying squirrel. It's a swinging obstacle similar to a trapeze bar almost, but these two handles move independently. And then when you get a big enough swing, you can go into the flywheel here. And then this is the splat. This is the one that I had mentioned over the phone. Kevin Carbone designed this one, and it's a really cool, really fun one, and pretty tough. All of these obstacles, again, can be totally interchangeable. You can move them from any bar to other bars, and you can even move them into this system here. But as they are a little bit more advanced, I save them for the back half of the course here. And then right at the end, kind of the toughest stuff gets saved for here. Now this entire rig right here, this is called our Steel Monster, and it's a little bit modified for your guys' purpose, having a camp and having this linear layout. But let's walk through it a little bit. So the Steel Monster is devil steps on one side. So those are the steps that go up and down. On each step, inside of the devil steps, oops, sorry, let me get back here. On each step, you have these two pegs that stick out, and that is for Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden is an extremely tough obstacle from American Ninja Warrior, where you use basically like a sleeve, like a pipe basically, to thread over those pipes that you see sticking out of the step. This is an obstacle again from the show, so you can Google it and see an actual live example of it. Another way to use it is not to use that sleeve mechanism and actually just to grab those pipes with your hands. So, and still very tough, grabbing these pipes with your hands and then traversing up those steps and across, difficult challenge. And of course, you can grab the steps themselves, the devil steps themselves, and that's why the two pipes are oriented off to the side, so you have plenty of room for the steps. And in each step, there is these eye bolts, two eye bolts in each step, so you can attach other obstacles. Again, going back to the multi-purpose and function of everything here, your cannonballs and cones and trapeze bars, everything can attach right into those eye loops. So lots of options right in this one 12-foot span here. At the top, there's a bar going across, so if you wanted to, you could hang a long rope for climbing or swinging or any other obstacle could attach there. And talking about dimensions real quick, I mentioned this is 12 feet long, and this one piece of the rig is 8 feet wide. Going on to this next piece of the lane here, we have several obstacles built in. You'll see that there's ring toss going across that side there. So these pieces here going across, that's ring toss. You use these rings to go across each one of those. And there's also a pipe shuffler tube. So this bigger pipe, this black pipe here, slides over that silver pipe below, and you basically have to shuffle it to the end, right? And then on the inside of the rig, you'll have a multi-purpose pegboard. So you can use the pegboard and the pegs to go across that way, or you can do the cliffhanger across the top there with your hands. And then right at the end here, another very iconic obstacle and one that's very tough, our salmon ladder. And these would be designed with high impact resistant plastic rungs and would be built right into the end of the salmon ladder here with a safety line. All right, talking over some other dimensions of the rig. Each one of these bays, basically, we can call these are bays. We have 6 uprights, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 12 feet wide and 16 feet long. Okay, so each bay, 12 feet wide, 16 feet long. These uh, pieces in between these rig bays, I've designed them to be 12 feet. They're a little bit shorter, making them a little bit easier, but we could also just make it a consistent 16 feet for each one if you like. That's an option. And over here we have these sliders are currently designed to be 13 feet long with plenty of room under here with the mats. And of course on the back here, you have your rock climbing holds. All of these features and dimensions can be customized, but our standard length of the Playland rig is 12 by 16, and it does work really well. And so this is what I recommend. Okay, so there's the Ninja section, plus these obstacles on the outside here. You have your up and over cargo net, feeder teeter, balance obstacle, and these can be moved around. These are just able to sit right on the ground, so you can put them wherever you want. Starting and landing platform for your quad steps. Okay, and now getting over to the parkour side of the course. So this is also pretty packed full of obstacles and also very modular. These vault boxes are basically just big, boxy wood pieces that you can jump over, and there's a variety of different ways to use them, but vaulting is a skill in parkour where typically you're using your hands to get over the object, and varying heights and thicknesses of the vault box and things like that are good for training. And I also advise to have some mats in this area because sometimes you go for really big moves. I know when I train vaults, sometimes I'll try to do like a double Kong, for instance, where you have 2 vaults that are a good distance apart from each other, and you'll vault from one over the next and then land, and you're making a huge move. I like to have a mat underneath me for that sort of a gap. So I did build in the mat here for that purpose. Also, just talking about the mats that are inside of the rig here for a moment. Everything is seamless. Everything will be butted up from the platform all the way through, and each one of the connecting points here from mat to mat will be closed in with a Velcro strip. One of the bigger issues that we'll see that is very easy to reduce and mitigate the risk is, twisted ankles and things like that inside of seams, inside of mats. And so the mats that we would bring in for you guys would have Velcro going down the middle, so no openings, no spaces, everything would be seamless and fitted properly. You would have the ability to move everything around, of course, again, especially out here with the parkour area. So of course, this vault box could get moved back 6 inches or a foot, and then you would have a gap by the mat, but that will be up to the coach's discretion, right? And you can also reorient the mats to use different lengths and widths and distances. Okay, now getting into the next section of parkour here, we have 3 boxes with bars attaching. These are great for lots of different parkour moves, including under bars and over bars. You can work your vaults on these bars, balancing, precisions, jumping from one to another, jumping from a box to the rail in a variety of different directions. And then the setup here is really nice because you can jump from this bar up to this bar if you'd like, and or vice versa, go from this bar and precision land onto this bar down here. Then because this bar system is connected to several other bars, you have a lot of different options for where you go from there, including dismounting onto these bars or the wall to the side. And the back side of this wall has a block there so that you can practice tic-tacking off of that wall up onto this structure here, off of that bar and around onto this box, doing sort of a 180 land. And you can move this box around, or it could be anchored to this wall. And if you did want to move it away, you could also use this wall for catting up, climbing the wall, and also coming from the wall down onto the box, practicing landings. The boxes also make really nice jump platforms if you want to try practicing, jump from here to here and things like that. All right, now on to more of the precision and balance area of the parkour course. This is a super strong and stable parkour precision area where this is all going to be connected and not modular. This is going to stay as is with set distances, but lots of variety in how you approach this. So you can jump from here to here or sideways, just lots of different ways to play on this. And in addition to the obvious, jumping from one piece to another, quadrupedal movement where you're using hands and feet. This is a good place to practice where you stay up on the edges basically, and you have to get up and around. Crawling under these beams where there's a little bit of a gap underneath and things like that, and getting creative with your movement, but mainly meant for precision jumps. And to also help with your precision jumps and getting creative, right over here, we have some landing discs. These are basically tires with nice firm platforms on the top. So they are meant to be precision landing, basically, but they give you a bit of cushion because they are, the rubber tires will give a little bit under your weight. So you can move these wherever you want. You can put them inside of this precision area here or on the outside and jump in or from here to there. Just so many different options with those. So you can move those around wherever you'd like. This wall here, again, good for lots of different types of vaults. The different shapes that you see in the course, whether it's this shape of wall or this shape of wall, these allow for different moves in parkour, different ways to hold your body, different challenges with where you'd want to throw your body over the object and whether you have to be careful of your knees and things like that. So here's just another fun object to train on. And then lastly over here, we have two slant walls. Slant walls come in really handy for things like palm spins, kicking off of the wall, practicing tic-tacs, and I put it strategically over here where there's the warped wall and this other wall here, because then you can do things like the tic-tac where you kick once off of this wall and then try to land on this wall, for instance. Or you might try to kick off of the warped wall and then cat grab onto this wall where your hands are at the top and your feet are on this side of the wall. And then this slide down here can literally be a slide down as you're doing your parkour thing, jumping up and across and everything. You can kind of slide down this angle, or you can use it to do a variety of different other parkour things and flips and stuff like that off of the angle, including kind of flipping and rotating on the slanted walls. It's a fun way to practice when you have some slants. All right, so that is basically a look at the entire course. There's actually even more components to this, but that is the broad look at it. And again, everything is very modular. These bars can all move around, so you can change the distances, you can change where obstacles go, and if you have any other ideas for the obstacles that you'd like to include, color choices and things like that, we can customize everything for you. All right, guys, I hope you like the design. Please reach out when you have a minute and let's discuss. I look forward to building your camp for you. Thanks.